بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولقد كرمنا بني آدم. Ashraf, صدق الله العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Quran Karim, and we have honored the children of Adam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not honoring the angels. He is not honoring the animals or the other creatures, but is honoring Bani Adam, the children of Adam. But to get that title of Bani Adam, it is not so easy to get that title. Everyone has been created in Ahsani Taqwim, in the most perfect form. But we have been sent to the Asfala Safilin, the lowest of the low. This is this world. This world is not high. This dunya, it is the lowest of the low. That's why the Awliya Allah and the Mashayikh, they're saying this dunya, it is our enemy. It is lowest of the low. But our return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our return to the Most High, that is our destination. That is what we have been created for, and that is where we have to return to Allah. But for most, they get stuck in this lowest of the low. When they get stuck in this Asfala Safilin, they get stuck with this dunya. They get stuck with their desires. You get stuck with the shaitan and our nafs. That time, you are not in Ahsani Taqwim anymore. Although you have been created in Ahsani Taqwim, but we are not in Ahsani Taqwim anymore. We cannot blame Allah, because Allah has created us in the most perfect form. This is what Ahsani Taqwim means, the most perfect form. For us to return to Him in the form that He has created us. And our return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a very long journey. It is a very dangerous journey. Our return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not just when we die and we're going to return. So many, when they die, they get stuck somewhere too before they can return to their Lord. They get stuck. The way that you're stuck in this world, you're going to get stuck in the next life too. Some, they get stuck in their graves. Some, they get stuck on the judgment day. Some, they get stuck on the bridge. Some, they get stuck in the hellfire. They get stuck. Because we have been sent in Ahsani Taqwim here to Asfal Safilin to return to our Lord. But when we are sent here, we get stuck here. We don't want to return to our Lord. So you're going to get stuck there too, until you are ready and you are clean enough to return back to our Lord. Because the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, Shaykh Effendi Hz, there is always saying what? The way that you die, the way that you live, that is the way that you're going to die. The way that you die, that's how you're going to be raised. So how we're living in this life is going to tell us how we're going to be in the grave. Because how many of us, every day of our lives that we're awake, we are preparing for the grave. Or when we are awake, when we wake up, we're preparing for life. What to do today? What to eat today? What to wear today? What kind of confusion to make today? What kind of showing off to make today? But how many of us being busy, what I'm going to send to the grave today? Am I going to send to the grave jewels and precious materials that is going to be needed on the other side? Or am I going to send to the grave only nothing but scorpions and snakes that I've collected during the day? Remembrance of death. The remembrance of death. It is completely missing now. Everyone is busy with their life. Individuals to groups to nations, they're just busy with their lives. The governments just preparing people to be busy with their lives, not to be busy with the death, not to be busy with the hereafter. Muslim governments or non-Muslim governments? What is a Muslim government today? If you're not preparing people for the afterlife to meet Allah, you're not a leader. If you are saying, don't worry, it is so easy, that time you're more blind. So everyone is just preparing for this world. And what is this world? Asfala safilin, the lowest of the low. If you don't put Allah priority, Allah is not going to put you priority. You put Allah priority, Allah will order all of creation to run after you. Will order the world to run after you. He will order the angels to run after you. He will order everything in creation to run after you, because you have been made to run after your Lord. You have been made to serve your Lord. You have been created and given honor to know your Lord. No other creature that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created has been given that honor and that duty to represent Him and to know Him. No angels know Him. No animals know Him. But we have been created only to know our Lord and to worship Him. This is important for us to know. Because otherwise, our religion, our Islam is just going to be empty practices. Our Islam is going up and down praying, reciting, reading. That is Islam. There is no spirit. There is no reason. There is no intention. There is no intention to hold high that maqam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. How many of us waking every day to say, Shukur Ya Rabbi, that you have created me human. Shukur Ya Rabbi, that you have created me and you have given me the ni'mat of Islam, the favor of Islam. How many of us waking up to say, Ya Rabbi, thank you. Thank you for giving me the honor of Iman. The honor of Iman. Islam is something, Iman is something. We are running towards ihsan. We are running towards beauty. We are running towards pleasing our Lord, to make ourselves beautiful for our Lord. How many of us are doing that? We should. If you say you pray, that's why you're saying those things and you're thinking that, then I say you have to have proof. Everything you say, you have to have proof. We must see Iman from you. We must see Islam from you. We must see that you are a shining example, that you are pulling people. We have 2 billion Muslims. Not much Islam. Iman, Allahu Alam. There was only a handful of Muslims. But the Islam and the Iman that they had at that time, it was able to change this whole world. It was able to bring down the tyrants. Was able to bring up the light of the Prophet ﷺ, to bring a justice and to bring the love from east to west. And now with everything that we have, we cannot even protect the name of our Prophet ﷺ. Correct? Don't look to unbelievers insulting our Prophet. They have been doing that for 1400 years. There is nothing new. There is nothing new that they are doing. What is new is when you have so-called believers attacking to the prophets. When you have so-called Muslims who are attacking the Prophet ﷺ, attacking the Sahabi Kiram, attacking the awliya Allah. That's the time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, okay, you touch one of my friends, I will declare war on you. That is the Hadith Sharif. And now, like it or not, war has been declared. And every Muslim is suffering because of that. Because we cannot even keep up and uphold the respect and the love of those whom Allah loves. And war is declared. There's no peace anymore, anywhere. We're running to areas of peace. First, find peace inside of yourself. Understand where you are, why you have been created. Make every day to really matter. It has to be. Make every prayer that it really matters. It is not for nothing that the Prophet ﷺ is saying, make every prayer as if it is your last prayer. To sincerely to say. The Osmanlis, the Ottoman Turks, what do they say? When you go to sleep, to know that death is under your pillow. To go to sleep, to know that death is under your pillow. To go to sleep, not to start planning for the next day, but to know Allah may take our life when we are sleeping. Right now, there are people who are sleeping, they have so many plans. They have so many organized things. They have so many promises that they make, but their lives are going to be taken away while they sleep. What is the guarantee that Allah is not going to take our lives away when we are sleeping? And they are saying, when you sleep, to know that death is under your pillow, but when you wake up, that death is right in front of your face. With that thinking, with that understanding of death, you're going to live life properly. With that understanding of death, like what Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, once you love the death and you're holding it strong, then you're going to love living for the sake of Allah. When you love living for the sake of Allah, you're going to bring justice, and you're going to bring tolerance and understanding and kindness to everything that is around. You're going to show the Rahman and the Rahim of Allah. You're going to show the Kareem of Allah. And we have 1400 years of Islamic history to show that this is what we have done. But when man starts to turn away from the remembrance and the love of death, and starts to love of the dunya, that is when everything is just going to fall. Hubub dunya. That is the mother of all the wrongdoings, all the sins. May Allah save us from that, inshallah. Amen. To take out the love of the dunya from our hearts. Amen. To put the love of akhirat into our hearts. Amen. To put the love of our Shaykh and the awliya Allah in our hearts. Amen. Ya Rabbi, forgive us. Make us to become your sincere ones. Amen. Forgive us, Ya Rabbi. Al-Fatiha.